Coming up on Ag Week TV, unharvested and low-quality crops are causing agronomic and crop insurance issues. We share tips for farm succession planning, and we'll look at the food deserts being created with the loss of rural grocery stores. Welcome to Ag Week TV. I'm Michelle Ruck. The harvest in the northern Corn Belt continues at a slow grind, with 57% of the corn still in the field in North Dakota and 17% unharvested in South Dakota. The corn continues to be high moisture and low quality, and it's not just low test weights. North Dakota Ag Commissioner Doug Goring says mold and mycotoxins are showing up in corn, which may mean that the crop can't be marketed or even fed to livestock. As a result, they're working with the Risk Management Agency and crop insurance companies on a solution.
And it's of no value. What are farmers going to do with it? What can they do with it? What's this going to mean with respect to an indemnity? And how are we going to be able to manage and work through this?
Low test weight corn is docked, but some elevators won't even take corn under 50-pound test weight. And 47 pounds is the cutoff for when crop insurance kicks in on quality losses. Goring says they want RMA to adjust that threshold.
If you got light test weight corn, 47 and under, what does that actually mean? How are they going to start looking at adjustments on that corn?
He says it will also require additional testing to appraise this corn for crop insurance. The unprecedented levels of unharvested crops and grain quality issues in the northern Corn Belt are putting the crop insurance program and industry to the test. Farmers are asking questions about harvest extensions and perils they've never dealt with. As Michael Pates reports, the answers are often complex and on a case-by-case basis.
It's very stressful on the farmer, on the agents, on all the support staff.
Unharvested acres and quality issues in corn in the Dakotas are causing problems with crop insurance.
We have been having these conversations with our customers, over the last month or so.
Crop insurance agent Kirsten Hushka says nearly 60% of North Dakota's 2019 corn crop is still in the field. Many farmers filed a notice of loss and were granted additional time to harvest and settle any loss based on harvested production. Additional damage is covered if it is an insurable loss.
It is important that we notify the company that those acres are out there so that they can track your progress as you harvest and that you would be eligible for a claim if you have a loss. It's technically filing a notice of loss, even though it's undetermined whether or not there will be a payable loss due to the delayed harvest.
At a recent crop insurance update in Fargo, specialist Nancy Overland emphasized to RMA officials that the test weight issues with corn are from an insurable cause, which is the cold, wet weather not allowing the crop to dry down.
I would like to see them review different changes so that maybe we can make some changes for the coming future crop years so we don't have this problem again.
Farmers should also apply for the federal WHIP Plus program to get other federal disaster benefits for losses from flood and snow. For Ag Week, this is Michael Pates in Fargo.
Officials added that acres unharvested after December 10th and into the spring planting season will qualify for prevented plant next season. With light test weight corn and grain moisture running anywhere from 20 to 40%, some farmers are considering leaving the crop in the field to dry over the winter. Agronomists say corn will only dry down 2% in a month like December or January because cold air doesn't have the capacity to hold moisture. In that case, farmers may have to wait until spring to harvest.
There is the risk that we'll have ear drop or lodging or animal damage to the crop and we'll lose some yield. And so that's the balance, the cost to dry the corn versus the potential for losing some yield.
He says the cost to dry needs to be weighed against the possible dockage farmers will receive on that corn at the elevator if it's too wet and low in test weight. 2 new weeds were added to North Dakota's noxious weed list in 2019. They are hound's-tongue and Palmer amaranth. Hound's-tongue has spread into the region since the 1950s. It has barbed seeds that stick to fur, fleece, and clothing and can cause fatal liver disease in cattle and horses. Palmer amaranth is described as a superweed because of its ability to grow and steal resources from crops. It's well established in Nebraska and has been heading north. Weed specialist Joe Eichley says being on the noxious list means they have more tools for fighting the weeds.
And protocols in place to help monitor those fields where we do find it, to help eradicate or potentially eradicate any plants that we do find and prevent it from becoming established.
According to a new national weed survey, Palmer amaranth is now the most common weed in U.S. agriculture. 3 years ago, the #1 spot was held by common lamb's quarters, which is now in 4th place. The mood was gloomy at American Crystal Sugar Company's shareholders' annual meeting after an extremely tough fall. The cold, wet, snowy harvest caused the co-op to leave 115,000 acres of beets, or a third of the crop in the field. Farmers who could not harvest are being charged fixed costs of $343 per acre. Payments are down from nearly $55 a ton last year to a projected payment of $37 a ton this year. So with a smaller payout on a smaller crop, that's a drop of 60%.
The mood is glum. I mean, it's a year in which everybody's going to lose money on their sugar beet crop, and of course, things aren't the best with anything else that they're raising right now. It's a tough mood.
After the annual meeting, the board elected David Mueller of Cummings, North Dakota, as its new chairman. Many rural people live in a desert, a food desert. Up next on Ag Week TV, we'll see what's being done to get healthier food to rural areas.
Seriously?
With the success of the Case IH Steiger Quad Track and Magnum Road Track tractors, it's no secret why Case IH is the leader of the track. So it wasn't surprising when the competition started imitating us. But only Case IH offers a 5-axle design to give you a smoother ride, more power to the ground, with less berming and compaction. Still, we're flattered. In fact, if we weren't already red, we'd be blushing.
For under $4,000, the Wheelman is the ultimate auto steering system that any farmer can afford.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
Ready for more? The new Fendt 900 Vario is impressive on every level. With groundbreaking features, you'll be ready for everyday challenges now and in the future. New smart connectivity solutions make the Fendt 900 series from Butler Machinery an intelligent choice for your farm. We're also proud to carry the Fendt Ideal, a new combine for a new era of farming. Designed to be automated in operation, the Ideal combine is already setting industry standards for efficiency and output. Visit butlermachinery.com to schedule a demo at your operation.
Oh my goodness.
Easy access to fresh and healthy food is vital to having healthy people and keeping families in small towns. But in some rural areas, that's getting harder and harder as more small town grocery stores close. In this week's Ag Week cover story, Jenny Schleck takes a look at the problem and what can be done.
Wherever people live, they need to be able to access healthy food.
Karen Ahrens is the coordinator for the Creating a Hunger-Free North Dakota Coalition and a member of the North Dakota Association of Rural Electric Cooperatives Rural Grocery Initiative. It's one of several efforts to make sure everyone has access to healthy food. That's not easy in rural areas, and it's getting tougher.
If you need to drive more than 10 miles for healthy foods, you're less apt to eat the appropriate amount of healthy foods, and there's a higher incidence then of diabetes and obesity.
In just the last 6 years, North Dakota has lost more than 20% of its small-town grocery stores.
We have a lot of grocery stores in trouble, and that feeling that you had to do something to help them, because food access is one of the most important things in a small town.
One idea the Rural Grocery Initiative is working on is a pilot project where stores would buy together to lower prices and possibly set up distribution sites around the state.
Can we purchase like Dollar General, and can we distribute like Amazon? Because those are our competitors. Those are the ones that we're trying to survive against.
Fred Wengler owns 3 small-town grocery stores. He says his prices are competitive with stores in the city, and it's more convenient to shop close to home. In addition, he says he supports the community, and it goes both ways.
Any business is tough. The biggest thing is you need community support, and you need customers to stick with you and support you.
Food insecurity also means higher medical costs. In fact, the CDC says last year in North Dakota alone, that number was $57 million. So there's good reason to tackle this problem.
We can make sure people have access to healthy food now so that we prevent chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, or we pay later.
This is Jenny Schlecht for Ag Week.
You can read more in the next Ag Week magazine or at agweek.com. The first Dakota Innovation, Research and Technology, or DIRT workshop was held this week in Fargo. It was an opportunity for farmers and scientists to share techniques and brainstorm ideas about soil health, cover crops, and tillage, among other topics. Organizer and NDSU Extension Soil Health Specialist Abby Wick says the event was modeled after the popular statewide Soil Health Cafe Talks that focus on collaboration and the sharing of ideas and conversations.
In my opinion, it's absolutely vital. They're here getting to talk to people who are maybe not facing the exact same conditions because the conditions may be unique to their area, but they're struggling with the same ideas and wrestling with these concepts. And to be in a room full of like-minded people that can understand the concerns and the challenges that go along with it is extremely important.
The two-day event drew about 250 attendees from the upper Midwest and Canada. After a challenging growing season, South Dakota farmers are ready to put 2019 in the rearview mirror. They got to look ahead at 2020 here at the South Dakota Soybean Ag Outlook meeting.
Make sure your farm equipment is season ready with an uptime inspection from your Titan Machinery service professionals. Titan Machinery's team of Case IH certified technicians has the knowledge and experience to find, correct, and prevent mechanical issues that could shut you down during the season. Your planting and harvest windows are short. For genuine Case IH parts and service, schedule an off-season uptime inspection at Titan Machinery today. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Small or large, Superior Grain Equipment has a storage solution for you with a wide variety of bin options and accessories, along with site planning and superior customer service. Plus, from top to bottom, we offer the industry's best bins and warranties to protect your products and your grain storage investment. Get superior quality, protection, and reliability with generations of experience and dependability. Make the superior choice today with Superior Grain Equipment.
Dynaflow is the ultimate high-volume water management pump. Whether you're experiencing flooding, emptying sloughs, transferring ponds, or working on irrigation, the Dynaflow pump works in as little as 18 inches of water and is designed to move 3,000 gallons per minute. The Dynaflow lift pump is the perfect upgrade to your drain tile system. Using line shaft turbine pump technology, these pumps are made to last while operating efficiently. Dynaflow drain tile pumps can move up to 1,500 gallons per minute, up to 3,400 feet away.
Steffes Group, selling land and the equipment to farm it since 1960. If you're interested in selling or have questions about our auction process, head to our website at steffesgroup.com to contact us at any one of our 4 locations located throughout the Midwest. You can also visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel to view all of our auction previews and recaps to stay up to date on the market in your area.
When harvest comes around, time is precious and you don't have a moment to waste. North Star Ag offers the Lawson's GrainLogix grain bag loader to deliver versatile grain storage performance load after load. Lawson's user-friendly grain baggers are easy to load and unload, perfect to get your harvest in the bag. Uptime is crucial. Keep your crew in the field longer with a fuel trailer from Thunder Creek. And don't forget, North Star Ag has Meridian hopper bins for any size operation. See our complete new and used equipment inventory at northstarag.com or give us a call.
After a record-setting and frustrating growing season, South Dakota farmers are ready to put 2019 in the rearview mirror and focus on 2020. That was the mood among those attending the South Dakota Soybean Association Ag Outlook meeting in Sioux Falls. State Ag Secretary Kim Banneman reflected on the tough year with multiple disasters and is fearful some farmers won't make it.
Sure, there's going to be some stresses, and I just hope that we can, help people through it the best that we can. Hopefully that the lending financial side of it can, have some capacity to be able to help these producers along, and we'll see what happens when we roll the calendar over and get into renewal cycle, I'm sure.
Yet many farmers attending the trade show at Ag Outlook were anxiously making their agronomic plans for 2020.
What worked this year, what didn't, and be thinking about just what's going to work on our farm for the next year to make it successful.
However, after a record 4 million plus prevented plant acres in South Dakota, there are farmers already anticipating a repeat.
I don't think anybody's probably ordering their full amount of seed and fertilizer and input costs, because they're just gun shy on what they will be able to get in.
Farmers are also anxious about the weather outlook for 2020. Meteorologist Bryce Anderson is forecasting a cold winter, but with less snow in the region than 2019.
There's going to be some chance to get some work done during the first half to 2/3 of the spring season.
He says the weather pattern will turn back wet in June. That will make flooding a concern.
Because we are running at very high levels on soil moisture throughout the north central part of the country, and there still is river flooding in some areas of the northern plains and in the upper Midwest.
However, with less total snowfall, he doesn't see a recurrence of 2019. Our weather has been fairly dry, but a roller coaster as far as temperatures. So will that continue? Here's John with our AgriWeather Outlook.
As the calendar approaches the midpoint in December, the weather has turned very cold here across much of the northern plains and even down into the upper Midwest. Some fairly cold weather. Going forward, looking for that to retreat some. Not completely. I'm not promising any grand warm up here, but I think it will become at least a lot less cold. What does that do to the weather systems? Well, it's already done that. A couple of weeks ago, we were watching systems come out of the southwest bringing heavy snow. Now, the last week or so and moving forward, the systems are smaller, little clipper systems, but there are some signs in the models of perhaps a larger storm getting geared up somewhere in the midsection of the country, a little closer to the holiday. Let's get to that in a minute. First of all, the jet stream right now meandering around, allowing the cold weather to drop down. It's about to form a little bit of a ridge in the west, which will eventually form a bit of a split flow. So by the time we get to the middle of the week, the cold air will be somewhat in retreat across the northern plains. No real heat, fairly cool weather in the eastern U.S., but the absence of the really cold stuff will be noted as we head toward the end of the week. The weekend itself looking a little bit more mild, although I do suspect the cold weather will begin to come back. Now we're looking at Christmas week. I do think it will be relatively cold, probably some back and forth, but I do think we'll keep most of the sub-zero air up to the north for the second part of December. As far as precipitation goes, this week the stormy action will be along the eastern seaboard, and a lot of it rain, snow in the Great Lakes, and there looks like a narrow swath of snow down in the northern part of Dixie. Out west, it's just coastal rains and mountain snows, nothing new there. The second week, now this involves Christmas time, sometime around the holiday, I think there may be a system that comes across the northern plains, not necessarily a huge storm, but one that does bear watching depending on its timing, and the eastern part of the U.S. will have at least one, maybe two storms with rain and snow.
Attend the region's premier ag technology event, the 2020 Precision Ag Summit, January 20th and 21st at the North Dakota Farmers Union Conference Center in Jamestown. You'll learn about the current trends of precision agriculture, technological applications, and demonstrations for successful implementation. Hear from industry experts, producers, and more. Exhibitor space and sponsorship opportunities are still available. Visit precisionagriculturesummit.com for more information or to register for the 2020 Precision Agriculture Summit.
more successful seasons start with more freedom in the field. The exclusive agronomic and economic incentives of the FMC Freedom Pass program expand your crop protection options from pre-plant to harvest. More than 40 FMC products qualify. 40 plus herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides growers know and trust. And FMC rewards you for making independent, innovative crop protection decisions, not for making your seed purchase. Visit your FMC retailer or FMCFreedomPass.com today.
This is Dennis Belisky reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On-site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alaris Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
Now is the perfect time to ensure you're ready for spring. Order now and receive up to $4,000 bonus savings for early orders of Summers Land Rollers, Summers Super Coulters, and the new Summers VRT Renegade. Offer valid through December and January and subject to availability. Visit summersmfg.com for details.
Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley source for Batco. Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley Batco dealer.
The USDA recently pulled back its proposal on animal identification and disease traceability. The agency was scheduled to require the use of radio frequency identification tags on January 1st of 2020. However, South Dakota State Veterinarian says USDA has moved back the timeline to January 1st of 2021. During that time, they'll get input on the proposed rule from stakeholders.
They plan to seek public comment, come at that timeline with a few other details, such as I think they're going to continue to allow the reading of the metal tags for the life of the cows.
He says the metal tags have been effective in tracing tuberculosis and other diseases in the livestock herd. However, RFID will improve accuracy and speed up the reading of tags through points of concentration like livestock barns, which will improve traceability. Everyone should think about having a will or trust, but when it comes to farming, it's much more complicated. Mikkel Pates talked with an attorney who's been doing farm succession planning for decades. And while the number of farmers who've made a plan is rising, he explains why everyone should have one.
Everybody's different in terms of succession planning.
So attorney Todd Wilkinson says every estate plan needs to be tailored to each need.
Talk to the individual, find out what their goals are. And those goals will kind of dictate what plan is more helpful or less helpful.
And not only is every family different, estate planning can vary with the economy. Wilkinson says it's easier to make plans when times are good, but just as important when times are tough.
A lot of my clients aren't going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars in a bank account, but they may have it in the dirt that they're walking on, or in their cattle herd, or in their machinery. But when you go to do transition planning, it very much becomes a dollars issue.
Wilkinson suggests starting with a family meeting to make sure everyone's on the same page, and then write it down.
The more transparency and the more communication between the parties in the succession plan, the easier it's going to be. The most difficult situation I have is when everybody's trying to guess what mom or dad wanted.
Wilkinson uses an estate planning book to help his clients, but he emphasizes that there is no one-size-fits-all.
Everybody should listen to your goals, what you want to accomplish, and then draft something accordingly.
A little planning now can save a lot of money and maybe heartache later on. In De Smet, South Dakota, this is Mikkel Pates for Ag Week.
You can read much more at agweek.com. Still ahead on AgweekTV, why soybean growers should consider running for a spot on their state board.
Make sure your farm equipment is season ready with an uptime inspection from your Titan Machinery service professionals. Titan Machinery's team of Case IH certified technicians has the knowledge and experience to find, correct, and prevent mechanical issues that could shut you down during the season. Your planting and harvest windows are short. For genuine Case IH parts and service, schedule an off-season uptime inspection at Titan Machinery today. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley source for Batco. Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley Batco dealer.
At Superior Grain Equipment, we're committed to quality and service, offering you the best in grain storage and dryers for any size operation. Our experts will work with you to determine the most efficient and economical storage solution for your needs. We help protect your bottom line and your future with the industry's best bins and warranties. Make the superior choice for protection today and tomorrow with Superior Grain Equipment.
Upgrade your trailer to electric with the Rolltech electric system from AgriCover. Strong, flexible pivot arms and motor mount rotate and telescope, allowing the roll tube to rise and flex over heaped loads. The positive automatic lock is impossible to back off to control the flow of grain. This integrated system uses one wireless remote to operate up to 10 tarps and hoppers, keeping your driver out of the dust, rain, and harm's way. See the Rolltech system in action at an AgriCover dealer near you.
AgWeek is excited to bring you the AgWeek app with useful features and the latest news and information right at your fingertips. Get your AgWeek news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take AgWeek with you wherever you are. Download the AgWeek app today.
AgweekTV Soy Insight, brought to you by the North Dakota Soybean Council.
The North Dakota Soybean Council will be holding annual elections and would like producers to consider serving as a board member or a county representative. The council will fill 4 board member seats, which you can see with the yellow stars, from districts 2, 8, 10, and 12, and will be seeking soybean producers to serve as county reps in those districts. The Extension Service oversees the elections to keep the process neutral. NDSU Extension Assistant Director Charlie Stolten now says there's been increasing interest in serving on the board the last few years. He calls it a responsibility and a privilege.
This board decides where those precious funds that are derived from producers are going to be spent, what research is going to be done, what activities need to be done, how do we get the answers to the problems that are affecting the soybean industry.
Council Chair Joe Morgan grows soybeans near Amenia, North Dakota.
We invest those dollars in research and in marketing and education and outreach. And so the council is right there at the forefront in the boardroom, choosing what projects get funded. That's why it's important to be part of that.
Nomination forms will be mailed out next week. Watch for the green envelope and be sure to send your nomination back to your county agent by the date on the form. For more information, contact the Soybean Council office at 701-566-9300. And thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com or be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll see you next week.